I'm going to be making mac and cheese now. So now I usually, by the time your water is boiled and your macaroni is done, this dish is finished. It's a very quick dish. And, but I'm not used to an electric stove, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so the first thing we do with this no cheese mac and cheese is you put water on to boil. And we're going to be cooking our, this is like a 12-ounce potato. This is actually probably about 13 and a half because I wanted to make enough. And you just put enough water in it to steam it. And,
is that water or chicken broth?
I'm sorry, this is not chicken broth. We're vegans here. Oh. This is a vegetable broth. Have y'all roasted red peppers?
You mean bell or red?
Red bell peppers. Pardon me?
Serena has, my girlfriend.
Okay. I just wanted to show you, I roasted this before I came. And there's two ways that I roast them, and this is what it looks like. I did this for a class at the Virginia Southwestern Education Center, and they thought, oh my God, this is ruined. But do you know how to do it? Just set it right on the burner and just take some.
I've not done that. I do it in the oven.
Yeah, doing it in the oven is my preferred method, and I do that when I have bought a whole bunch of red peppers. But I have a hard time justifying heating up in the oven for one pepper. And so if that's the case, just sit it on top of your burner and let it just char. And then you can just pull it off like this. And then rinse it under your faucet. And it comes.
You just hold it over the gas?
You set it on there, just set it on the burner. And take a pair of tongs. Don't do this with your hands. Because you'll get a nice little scalding for that. Take a pair of tongs and just turn it as it chars, as it gets black. Just flip it to another spot until the whole thing is clean. And then you can just rinse it under here. No, and then you just pull the seeds out.
Pull the seeds.
Oh, so that's all there is to it. But I just wanted to show how that's done. So once this has started cooking for a couple of minutes, go ahead and add the carrots. So that's about 2 medium carrots in there.
So it's just the potatoes and carrots right now?
Mm-hmm. I just used regular elbow macaroni for this. I'm going to take this piece of garlic before I forget about it and put it in here. And we'll keep an eye on this. This is getting there. My hearing. Now these potatoes, these are done. Okay, so we can turn this off now. I usually put about a half of one of these. I think I'm going to put 2/3 of one in here. You can just, and I put in you can use some red, any kind of onion, but about this much. This is a shallot. This is a shallot. And I've just peeled it, and you can just throw it in there like this. This is,
Are you making the sauce?
Mm-hmm. This is a cheese sauce. Okay. And this is a no cheese sauce. This is a 1/4 cup of lemon. We need a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of salt.
What kind of salt do you use?
I use the pink Himalayan salt. And the reason I use that is it doesn't have any fillers in it. It's got a few minerals. It's still, you should avoid salt of it, sodium. If you can stay away from salt for about like a 3-day juice fast will get you off of salt, and then everything tastes too salty. When I'm cooking for myself, I don't use salt very often. I use it when I make cheeses because it seems to need it more than anything else.
Can you try the sodium-free salt?
The what?
The sodium-free salt, you can get it at most grocery stores.
I've never tried that.
Yeah, it's actually It's real close.
Oh, good. This is a half a cup of cashews. Cashews are the most fantastic thing in the world. You can do anything with cashews. Cashews make cheeses, they make mayonnaises, they thicken sausage, you can make chowders with it with a thick creamy milk sauce. Cashews are just fantastic. There's just almost nothing you can't do with cashews. And the wonderful thing about cashews is that it thickens as it cooks. And so you can use it just like you can use heavy whipping cream. And again, it's a healthy. It does have fat in it. It's a healthy fat. Studies showed that people who ate nuts lived longer and had smaller waist circumferences than people who do not eat nuts. It doesn't seem to affect your weight. It doesn't affect your triglycerides. It doesn't affect you in a harmful way at all. And it actually improves endothelial function, whereas oil is a detriment to endothelial function, like I talked about earlier. Now, this is smart. I need this. Don't have more than me.
So tell us everything in the blender.
I'm going to go ahead and use this that I didn't think I was going to need. This has
Garlic.
onion, roasted red pepper, cashews, potato and carrots, and lemon juice. Okay, so I'm going to add some of this. No, it has no celery in it. Okay, so I'm going to put my earplugs on, cover your ears. I like to save a little bit of this pasta water because it thickens as well with all the starch in it. And I may go ahead and put the rest of this bell pepper in there because I like the color it gives it and I like the roasted flavor of it. Smells good. And these are all personal choices. Okay. Got away from me.
Well, it certainly turned the right color.
I'm making a mess. Rich swears I can get food on the ceiling, and
That's
he's
part of
right.
cooking, though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's why he's my sous chef.
Yeah.
He says
That
it means.
cleanup crew.
He says it means kitchen slave. Oops, I'm letting it get away from me. So there's your mac and cheese. And this is a great dish for feeding children because they're getting vegetables. I mean, it's just vegetables. It's vegetables and some nuts. These make fantastic nachos, and I have actually taken it to some vendors at the farmers market who are native Mexicans, and they could not tell the difference. And they just wiped it out. But you can just pour it on your and then you put whatever toppings you want on it. I use olives. Some jalapenos. If you don't like jalapenos, just eat around them. And some tomatoes.
Two big guys speak up.
And you can also put some onion in it. So there we have it. Everything's ready.